But can you guarantee from later this month that children are going to be protected from seeing harmful content online?
Look, it is a really big moment because finally the laws are coming into force. And in fact, some of them are already in force, and we've already opened investigations into 11 companies that are not doing what we think they should be doing. What happens at the end of this month is that we see the wider protections for children come online. And so what we're expecting to see then is that any company that shows material that shouldn't be available to under 18s, pornography, suicide and self-harm material, that should be either removed from their service, or they're going to need highly effective age checks to screen out under 18s. There's a lot more than that, but this is a big moment. And we're already starting to see some change, but we're under no illusions at Ofcom about the really quite challenging path ahead.
But how on earth is that actually going to work? So you can understand with a porn site that advertises itself that way, where there might be an age check that might already be there. But if it's about X or Instagram or Facebook and a 14-year-old goes online and sees something, how's it actually physically going to work to make sure they don't see harmful things? How are they going to check?
Well, look, first, just to say, porn companies don't have age checks at the moment, and that's what we're changing. We saw the biggest porn company in the world that owned Pornhub, which is a site that's widely used in the UK, announced a few weeks ago that they are going to follow Ofcom's rules. They haven't done that for any other jurisdiction.
But for those ordinary platforms that are in all our lives in such frequent ways, how on earth is it going to work?
Yeah, so look, there's going to be lots of different ways that companies can do this. So some companies will decide to go 18 plus only. But they'll need age checks to make sure that that really happens in practice. And some may put an age check around particular types of material, like pornography or other adult content. What we've said to the industry is, you decide. We've set out about 5 or 6 things that we think can work, like the facial checks and using things where you've already been checked for your age, like credit cards or open banking. We've said you decide what works for your platform, but we will be checking whether it's effective, and those that don't put in those checks will hear from us with enforcement action.
Isn't the problem, though, as you've just said, you've said to the companies, you decide. And when you listen to campaigners like Ian, they don't want the companies to decide. They've seen how the companies have, in some cases, behaved in the last few years, and they think you should decide, and the government should decide, and they should say how this is going to happen, and you've given them the power to design the system themselves.
What we've said is that there are some things that work and some things that don't work. So there's no question of any company out there deciding whether or not to put in an age check if they've got adult material on their site. That is now absolutely required by law. We've already opened up enforcement action, Laura. I think it's important just to say, we mean business, and we've already demonstrated that.